Nation, it is go time. The moment is finally here. The game is finally here. The Eastern Conference semifinals is finally here.
Johnson, why are you naked?
Because my team.
And as the New York Knicks start game one here, I had to add my stream pulled up there for a second. But here we are. Game one. It is Sunday, April 30th, the last day of the month. 1 o'clock start here for the New York Knicks. I've been such in draft mode, Alex. I was about to say the New York Football Giants. But the New York Knicks host the Miami Heat. And I can't believe I just said host in the second round of the playoffs, but that's where we are. And it is an exciting feeling, Alex. It is a different feeling to have game one of the second round in New York. We'll get right to it here in a second. But Alex, I have Alex Shataros with me, the Stratocaster, for a little bit of a mini pregame show leading into game time. Here we are, baby. How are you feeling, Stratocaster? How you feel about today?
Bro, I woke up at 6 a.m. today. It was like Christmas morning for me. All right. Couldn't fall asleep last night. I was just excited to get this game rolling because, look, man, we're hosting the second round as you mentioned. We're playing a long rivaled foe in the Miami Heat. How can you not be excited for this matchup? How can you not be ready? We're in the second round, baby. Second round. I am ready. I am all systems go. Let's get this thing rocking, bro. Let's get this thing rocking.
Yes, let's get right to it, man, because the game time will go right up on us. And let's start with the injury news that has very big implications on today's game. And the news is, number one, Julius Randle, according to Ian Begley, according to Adrian Wojnarowski, Julius Randle is out for game one. So those of you that are just tuning in, Julius Randle will not play in game one. According to Woj, there's a lot of optimism that he is going to play in game two. There is a lot of video circulating about his warm-ups and shoot around. He looked solid. But I think maybe it was because the whole 1 o'clock game, they don't want to force it, give him a little bit more time. And it looks like he's trending in the right direction for game two. So that's injury news number one. Injury news number two, Quentin Grimes is available to play. So Quentin Grimes will be back. And the twist here is, which it was actually a conversation I was going to have with you, Alex. The twist here is Josh Hart will be starting in place of Quentin Grimes. So Josh Hart remains in the starting lineup. Obi Toppin is inserted in the starting lineup. Julius Randle's out. Quentin Grimes is in. He's off the bench. Alex, to all of that, what is your initial reaction with Julius being out and then the lineup changes and Grimes being back? There's a lot to unpack there.
Yeah, it's a lot to unpack. With Randle being out, I'm not shocked about it. I thought it was too quick of a turnaround time for him to come back and really be ready for this game. So not surprised there. And it's better to have him get some rest, be ready to go. Even Steve Popper said when watching him in warmups, it looked like Johnny Bryant was really making sure that he got like a full-on sweat in throughout the entire workout, really, which is uncommon for a pregame warmup. So that right there was also another confirmation. I didn't think he was going to play today. Let him rest up. Let him be ready for game two. You need him for the entire series. Doesn't make sense to rush him. With Quentin Grimes now coming off the bench, that one's a little bit of a shock. I discussed that with Wes Goldberg on the show, just slightly. I was like, I expected Grimes to be back. The question was he going to come off the bench, like work his way back in or whatnot, or be a starter? I thought he was going to be a starter just because you don't want to mess up that rhythm, but Tibs must really like what Hart's doing, or he really wants to make sure Grimes gets back into rhythm for this playoff series. That's my initial take of it, but I am shocked. What do you think about the entire situation?
I'm interested to see how much he plays because it's interesting. I was speaking to Gamba backstage about this, and I would have. I know a lot of people are gonna jump into Josh Hart starting, but the thing now is, I wonder if this is permanent, right? Like, it is if Quentin Grimes is indeed healthy. That's what I want to see, because he could be back off the bench, but he may not even play much, which tells me he's not entirely healthy. Because if he's 100% or close to it, I kind of like going back to him at the starting lineup. I
Mhm.
like Josh Hart coming off the bench because of the chemistry that you have with the bench unit, especially with Randall being out. Also, we haven't shot well as a team. And I want to get Grimes going. We're like one of the worst teams in the playoffs in terms of shooting percentage. And against the Miami Heat, I think you might even see some zone from
Mm.
Eric Spoelstra, just especially in that starting lineup, just to force other players to hit shots in terms of RJ, in terms of Josh Hart, force them to shoot more threes than they want. I'm surprised. Like, that was the biggest question to me, is if Grimes comes back, will Tibbs like use the status quo and stay with the starting lineup, or is he going to switch up these pieces in the middle of a playoff run? We talk about, and
Yo,
this is again, I guess you want to continue to give credit to Tibbs, and it's so crazy, Alex, that even in a situation where I'm saying, you know what, let's just stay with what we have, Tibbs is telling me, no, JD, I'm still adapting. I'm going Josh Hart. Y'all want to criticize me and tell me I don't go with the hot hand? How about this? I'm going the extreme route. I'm not going back to the starter lineup. I'm going with what's working now. I'll worry about the bench unit. I'll worry about that later. Man, I'm surprised, Alex.
yeah. I mean, it also could be you want that physicality to defend Jimmy Butler up front, right? I mean, Jimmy has been scorching hot this playoff series. He's averaging 37.6 points. He's shooting close to 60% from the field, shooting 44% from downtown, getting you 6 rebounds, about 5 assists, about 2 steals. Like, he might, Tiz might be thinking, yo, I need to match that intensity with our own guy who has that type of intensity right off the rip. So Josh Hart is that dude. He's defending him pretty well. So to your point, this is the adaptation that we want to see from Tom Thibodeau, but certainly interesting indeed. Curious to see how
Yeah,
this unfolds the series.
yeah, and listen, again, Josh Hart. It's surprising to me, but when you look at who the type of player Josh Hart is, I think it is like a seamless decision, because you can do it and not worry too much about chemistry, just because Josh Hart is probably the perfect player to make such a move in the middle of a playoff run. Coaches in
Mhm.
the playoffs, they always worry about the chemistry and how things are gonna, the word experimenting a little late. Josh Hart is the one player where you can insert in different situations off the bench as a starter, however you want to use him situationally, and you don't worry about that, because what he brings to the table is what teams that want chemistry search for. The intangibles, the hustle, the rebounds, the defense. So, nevertheless, I think it is a decision that is not a risk decision. Obviously, he's been playing well, and then, as you mentioned, want to set the tone early with the physicality with Josh Hart versus Jimmy Butler. So that's that. I see Unknown in the chat. Unknown, Julius Randle is not playing tonight as a headline key, something to watch. So Jalen Brunson versus Jimmy Butler. I talked about that matchup brewing as the Heat were on the brink of eliminating the Bucks and the Knicks were on the brink of eliminating the Cavs. This is the headline matchup to me. Jalen Brunson versus Jimmy. Now, I understand Jalen won't be guarding Jimmy, but Jimmy will be guarding Jalen Brunson at times. And I think most importantly, in late fourth quarter situations, I think they will go with Gabe Vincent to start out on Jalen Brunson, or maybe not, Alex.
Mm.
The usage of Jimmy on defense is going to be critical. How Eric Spoelstra uses Jimmy Butler, for the simple fact of RJ Barrett now makes it a tough decision for the Heat. RJ Barrett is going to have to make Eric Spoelstra think about which of these two players am I going to use Jimmy on? Am I going to put Jimmy on RJ? That means probably Gabe Vincent would be on Brunson, or am I going to use Jimmy on Brunson, and then we'll see who guards RJ Barrett. But what do you think about this matchup, Brunson versus Jimmy? A lot has been made of playoff Jimmy, but Brunson is there too. Are you concerned at all about this headline matchup? Do you think Jalen Brunson will rise to the moment? And do you think Jimmy Butler is motivated to play here at Madison Square Garden?
Do I think am I worried about the matchup? I don't think so, because apparently I was getting some pushback on this week's Game of the Week preview when I said Jalen Brunson is, I'm going to push back against what Wes said, the better player in this matchup. Yeah. People did, some didn't like that. We got some Heat fans in the comments section who did not like that comment. And then we had some Knicks fans saying, Alex, you got to pump the brakes, got to give Jimmy his respect. And look, this is no shade to Jimmy. This is just saying that we're just talking about how Jalen Brunson is in the same stratosphere as Jimmy Butler now. So it is not that far, okay? We just watched Jalen Brunson take down Donovan Mitchell, considered a top 25 player, twice, okay? So if Donovan Mitchell's a top 25 player, you got to then put Brunson up into that category, because he has made him food consistently these past 2 seasons. So with that being said, I'm looking at Jalen Brunson still being able to get to his spots, still command the offense, stuff of that nature. But I think, JD, to your point, what will be interesting is, do you want to put Jimmy Butler on Jalen Brunson defensively? Because, look, Jalen Brunson is no easy cover. His footwork, his physicality, that's tiring. You're going to need Jimmy Butler if you don't have Tyler Hero, a healthy Bam Adebayo in this matchup. So I would expect Jimmy to probably guard someone like RJ, maybe even Josh Hart, just to keep him fresh. Because look, over the games that Milwaukee had to win, Butler had to score over 30 points to win. He scored I think he scored 25 efficiently, by the way, 8 of 12. And that was still not enough to defeat the Milwaukee Bucks without Giannis Antetokounmpo. So you're going to need Jimmy to go that. If you need Jimmy to play at that level, that means he needs to have fresh legs, especially if he's going to play 38, 40 some odd minutes. So I think it'd be a little strange to have him cover Brunson for most of the game. I think maybe in spurts, but this is not a matchup that I'm worried about. I think Brunson's going to get his and Butler will get his.
What I'm most excited about this is, and I'll say this quickly so we can get to the other 2 keys. The way I saw Jimmy trash talk Jrue Holiday isn't a guy that, even as a competitor, other than him playing great defense on you and you wanting to show him that, I'm better than you, you're a great defender, but that's not enough. Jrue Holiday is not like a Dylan Brooks. He's not like a Lance Stevenson. He's not like one of these players that you want to talk trash to. Jrue Holiday he's a very likable player around the league. And for Jimmy to talk trash to him in his face, pointing at the scoreboard, going to the crowd of Milwaukee, going like this, I'm excited about things like that, because I want to see if he has that same energy at Madison Square Garden. I want to see if he talks trash to Josh Hart. And I think versus our young players, I had tweeted out about one of the videos, and I said, I hope the Knicks staff showed these antics to a Grimes and a RJ, although RJ does have the right demeanor. He's still young, because, Jimmy does some of those things too to take you out of your game mentally. And so maybe that also is a reason why Josh Hart is starting. He's more of a veteran. He understands the moment a little bit more, even though he doesn't have that playoff experience, but he has the pedigree. Jimmy is going to do everything he can to take you off your game. And Jimmy's a passionate player, but I welcome that, because I think that will actually motivate the players on our side. So that's going to be interesting. Key number 2, I had Heat on fire from 3, Alex.
Oh my God.
And the reason I say that is the Miami Heat so far are shooting 45% from 3. Now, what's interesting about that, Alex, is that during the season, the Miami Heat were 27th in the league in three-point percentage at 34%. But somehow in the playoffs, they are on fire at 45%. Now, here's what's interesting about this is I actually was just surprised that during the season they were 27th, because when you look at individually, their personnel individually, they have good 3-point or guys that are known as shooters. Max Strus is known as a shooter. Duncan Robinson is known as a shooter. Kevin Love, late acquisition, is known as a shooter. Even Kyle Lowry, to some extent in his career, has been a solid 3-point shooter. But for whatever reason throughout the season, even Tyler Hero, when he was playing as well, As a team, they just weren't knocking down threes. It looks like now that personnel is knocking down threes. Are you concerned about that? I have that as a key because the Knicks need to, have them shoot at their season average more so than their playoff average right now, 45% from three.
Yeah, that is a concern, JD. Look, we're talking about a Knicks team that's not the greatest when it comes to protecting the 3-point line. And we saw that throughout the season, right? And we know what Tom Thibodeau wants, protect the paint. And you see it. Defenders are usually more they have to close out hard, right? In order to make sure that they're contesting a 3-point shot because they're so deep into protecting the paint. So that is a concern. Will that translate into, the Miami Heat getting this opportunity? I mean, Jimmy Butler, who's not a well-versed 3-point shooter, is shooting 44% from three on a healthy attempt, 5.4. But it's Duncan Robinson who's shooting 70%, even though it's on low volume, right under four attempts. That's the guy you got to worry about because he's essentially an automatic 3-point shooter. My thing is, if you can stop Jimmy Butler, or not even stop, but contain him, right? Because a lot of that's going to come off of Jimmy being able to attack the paint. He's going to dish it out to his shooters. If you can stop Jimmy from being comfortable and getting to his spots, then I think you're going to have a better time at stopping the 3-point shooting. I expect that 3-point shooting to drop a little bit. 45% is just high to maintain. That's just absurd.
Right,
I expect it to come down to the mean a little bit. And then conversely, I expect the Knicks to go up back to their mean a little bit. Like, I don't think they're going to be shooting 28% like that the entire time.
Right. And on the flip side, as it is a key for the Heat, the Knicks, I agree. The Knicks have to. I mean, the Knicks right now are shooting 28% from three in the playoffs. Their highest game was 31%, was their highest 3-point shooting night, and that was the closeout game. And they started out well in the first quarter, and then they got cold the rest of the way. So 31% is the highest the Knicks have shot in a game so far in the playoffs. The Heat right now are at 45%. That is a key for me in this game. That's a key for me in the series as well. Key number 3, we'll go to the final key. I have here the turnover battle. Now, that's going to be interesting because I think that when you're at home, you have to protect the basketball. When you're at home and you turn the ball over, you allow the road team to steal a game. That's number one. Number two, the Miami Heat were 29th in pace. We just played the last team in pace, the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Miami Heat were 29th in pace during the season. It's the playoffs. It's the Knicks Heat. Possessions are going to be important. And when I look at the Knicks, so far, they have averaged about 14 turnovers a game, and the Heat force about 16 throughout the season. So the Heat are up there, top 4, top 5 in the league in forcing turnovers. The Knicks have to protect the ball. What do you think about that key in terms of the turnover battle? Do you agree with it, and how important you think this is for the series?
JD, absolutely, I agree with that. Just because we saw in the first round, like the games that the Knicks lost, is because they had an absurd amount of turnovers. We had 16. I mean, even though, it was 16, 18, even though they didn't lose the first one where they had 16 turnovers, 18 turnovers, that's uncharacteristic for a team that's averaged about 13 turnovers during the regular season. So, yeah, that is definitely something you got to look out for. And then you talk about how Miami is good at forcing turnovers. But both of these teams, like if you go through the regular season, Knicks were 4th at being one of the better teams at not turning the ball over, and the Heat being the 9th. So you got to force these turnovers, man. Knicks got to force them and got to take advantage of what the Heat's mistakes. So I hear that music, though. I hear that music. I hear
what that means.
I hear that music.
We're getting ready. So here's what we're going to do, Alex. We're going to cap this off with your prediction. What is your prediction for the game, and what is your prediction for the series?
Knicks win today. All right.
Pat Riley's at the game. Pat Riley's at the game.
Ooh, Ewing's at the game too. He's supposed to be at the game.
Ooh, maybe the old timers start swinging on each other.
But give me the Knicks winning today. I'm not gonna give a score prediction. They're gonna win today. Knicks win the series in 6. What about you?
I have Knicks. And I want to say Knicks in 5 badly, but I'm gonna say Knicks in 6, and I think they win tonight, 108-96.
Whoa. That's it. Wow. That's some defense. I'm all for it.
Yeah, I'm probably bugging. I just went off how they've been playing.
Hey man,
but if it on the low end 108-96, on the high end I'm gonna say 1 111, 104.
I like that. I like that.
So let's go, Alex. We'll see you at postgame. Thank you for coming in for pregame. Knicks
JD
are
Breen
about
as
to
always,
tip off.
baby. JD
Let's
Breen as
go.
always. Let's go get it.
Here we go, baby. Here we go. All right, chat. Are you guys ready? $2 super chat from Unknown. He said, let's get it. I had a $10 super chat from My 2 cents. Best thing was Randall out last 2 weeks of the season. Allowed Tibs to see he could win without him. That he had assets to use in different ways. I think if free Tibs up can help the team versus the Cavs. Salute. Here we go, baby. Mitchell Robinson. And the Miami Heat win the tip. Here we go. Gabe Vincent is defended by Josh Hart. The New York Knicks start RJ Barrett on Jimmy Butler. Vincent fakes out Hart. Vincent shoots the mid-range shot. And the Miami Heat are on the board. Here we go. Josh Hart gets the ball. Mitchell Robinson gives it out to Brunson. Oh, here comes Jimmy Butler. Butler gets the steal right away. Vincent shoots the transition 3, and that's good. And the Miami Heat are off to a 5-0 start. Jimmy Butler looking to make a statement. Here comes Jalen Brunson. Brunson shoots the teardrop. No good. Rebound, Jimmy Butler. Here comes Jimmy Butler. Turns the ball over. RJ Barrett picks the ball. RJ Barrett on the break to the corner. To Obi. Obi kicks it back out. Josh Hart drives. Josh Hart in the paint. Josh Hart up and under. Lays it in. And the Knicks get on the board. 5-2. Here comes Adebayo. Defended by Mitchell Robinson. Gives it to Max Strus. Max Strus defended by Brunson. Back out to Adebayo. Gabe Vincent in the corner. No good. Rebound, Obi Toppin. Here come the Knicks. 10 minutes, 5 seconds in the first quarter. Brunson drives left. Pulls back. Shoots the jump shot. No good. Rebound by Kevin Love. Jimmy Butler crosses half court. Butler drives right. Butler lays. No good. Tip in by Adebayo, no good. Tip in, good. On the second attempt by Adebayo, and the Heat are up to a 7-2 start. And Stevenson, he's not. Here comes Brunson. Brunson on the drive. Kicks it out to RJ. RJ's defended by Gabe Vincent. 4 seconds in the shot clock. Here comes RJ. 3 seconds. RJ shoots the heave. No good. Rebound, Jimmy Butler. Kevin Love drives left to Adebayo. Adebayo with the teardrop. No good. Rebound, Mitchell Robinson. Here come the Knicks. 9 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Jalen Brunson defended by Strus. He drives left. He stops. He pops. And he banks it in. And the New York Knicks. Here comes Gabe Vincent. Vincent shoots the long 2, and no, they're going to call a foul on RJ Barrett. It is 7-4 Miami. Barrett's going to be called for his first foul. Knicks are off to a slow start offensively. Jimmy Butler gets the ball. Butler. Defended by Josh Hart. Butler drives left. Butler. Kevin Love. Love shoots the elbow 3, and that's good. Then Miami Heat take a 10-4 lead. The Heat are off to a strong start, and Kevin Love is going to be interesting here, how the Knicks defend him. Brunson kicks it out to Hart. Hart back out to Brunson. Brunson defended by Strus. 10 seconds in the shot clock. Brunson shoots the 3. In and out. Rebound, Barrett. Barrett shoots the floater. He banks it in. 10-6, Miami. Here comes Gabe Vincent. Vincent shoots the long three. No good. Rebound Toppin. Here comes Brunson, one-on-one against Jimmy. Gives it to Barrett in the post. Barrett squares against Vincent. He spins. He shoots, and he banks it in. R.J. Barrett. 10-8. Here comes Jimmy Butler. 10-8. Love. Fakes in the corner. Shoots the corner. 3 air ball. Rebound Mitchell Robinson. Josh Hart pushes the ball. He stops. To Brunson. Brunson shoots the 3. No good. Rebound Jimmy Butler. Gabe Vincent wide open. Transition 3, and that's good. And the Miami Heat continue to be on fire from 3. Here comes Brunson. To Obi. Obi shoots the corner 3. No good. Fight for the rebound. Vincent picks it up. He up 13-8. Vincent is hot. He's feeling it. No good. Rebound Mitch. Josh Hart pushes the ball down the lane. He lays it in. Let's go. 13-10. Jimmy Butler in the paint, and he lays it in. Here comes Mitchell Robinson. Gives it to RJ. RJ drives left, throws the alley-oop to Mitchell Robinson for the dunk. RJ Barrett with another quick start. 15-12. Here comes Jimmy Butler in the post against Josh Hart. 15-12 Miami. Butler shoots the fadeaway. No good. Good defense there by Josh Hart. Here come the Knicks. Brunson crosses over Strus, gets in the paint, gets fouled. Oh, he misses the and one. Nice defense there by Josh Hart. Look at that. Playmaking play by RJ. Who is this guy? RJ Barrett. Playing on both ends. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the channel members. The New York Knicks. Close the gap. Gamble, let's see if we can refresh that scoreboard. Oh, is it right? Oh, yeah, I think that's ESPN. I don't think that's us. I have it the same way on my end. I don't think they've updated it. Chuck D in the chat says RJ Barrett. Yeah, I don't think it's on my end is the same thing. So I don't think it's the ESPN thing. Positive sign that the New York Knicks so far, at least late, have responded to the Heat's first initial punch on the road. Now, the Madison Square Garden is a hostile environment. It's become a hostile environment due to the Knicks' outstanding play this season and in that first round of the playoffs. However, this is a well-coached team. Eric Spoelstra is not going to be intimidated by this environment. Jimmy Butler is not going to be intimidated by this environment. Kyle Lowry, Kevin Love. There's enough veteran players. Udonis Haslem off the bench as a leader. This Miami Heat team is going to be able to at least not be intimidated by the environment. So this is a team that the Knicks are just going to have to beat soundly and fair and square. It's going to have to beat them. You saw when the Cavs came here to start out, the Cavs felt some jitters. Game 1 at the Garden, 1 o'clock game. They came to play. And Gabe Vincent is a sneaky solid player. So the Knicks have to watch out for him because he can get hot. Vincent, this year he didn't shoot as well from three. Last year he shot 37% from three. This year he shot 33%. But he can be a streaky player. Eddie Suarez in the chat. The Shells in the chat. Ken Murphy. Joseph Clark. I saw Chuck D. Sean Wilson. KG74 always supporting JJ in the chat. My 2 cents. Russell Whiskey. John Talento. Father Peace. Church Shane 7. Scott Novak. All right, we're going to resume play here. Black Ranger in the chat. Yeah, we're trying to get this up. Not sure what's going on with the scoreboard. It is not us. It is definitely on their side. So we've tried to refresh it, but it's I don't know. They have to figure that out on the website. So it is not us. It is on the website. We appreciate you too, Scott Nova. I appreciate you for tuning in. Christopher Jack, FA, Corso 117. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully we can get a win and get off to a good start and feel good about, the Knicks are 4 wins away from the Eastern Conference Finals. That's just crazy to me to think that. As Jalen Brunson shoots, the first free throw is up, and it is good. It is 15-13. 15-13. 5 minutes, 45 seconds to go here in the first. Jalen Brunson's at the line for his second free throw. Second free throw's up, and it is good. Alonzo Mourning in the game. They're showing Alonzo Mourning and Patrick Ewing. So maybe the old heads start swinging at each other tonight from the stands. Kevin Love gets the ball. Love out to Butler. Butler wants to get the ball in the paint. He posts up. He shoots. What great defense by Josh Hart, contesting that all the way. Here comes Josh Hart. Josh Hart down the lane. He lays it in over Jimmy Butler. Josh Hart and the Knicks take a 1-point lead. Somebody scream. Here comes Gabe Vincent to Caleb Martin. Martin, no good. They're going to call the foul on Obi. Josh Hart with great defense. And I tell you what, guys, if you saw that possession, for those of you that are watching on TV as well, that's a perfect spot for Jimmy Butler to get the ball. That's actually long-term into this series. Knicks are going to have to think about how they're going to defend that because Jimmy Butler got the ball in an excellent spot. Those are spots you want Julius Randle to get the ball in. And that goes to show you how good of defense Josh Hart played them. That Jimmy Butler got the ball where he wanted to, and he was still unsuccessful on that one possession. Outstanding play there by Josh Hart as Martin misses the first free throw and he makes the second free throw. It is 16-16. Here comes Josh Hart, 15 seconds in the shot clock. Brunson, one-on-one against Strus. Brunson stops his dribble, kicks it out to RJ. 7 seconds in the shot clock. RJ, fade away, jump shot. That's good. RJ Barrett with the mid-range jump shot. Everything is going in. Here comes Jimmy Butler. He stops his dribble. He gives it to Gabe Vincent. 15 seconds in the shot clock. Vincent's defended by RJ. RJ plays good defense. 8 seconds in the shot clock. Kevin Love gets the ball. He shoots a long three. No good. Gabe Vincent picks up the rebound. He shoots a three. That's no good. Rebound Hart. Here come the Knicks. Brunson to Hart. Hart shoots the floater, and that's short. Here comes Butler. Butler, good defense there by Mitchell Robinson and Josh Hart. Kevin Love out to Gabe Vincent. Vincent shoots another three. That's no good. Rebound Hart. 18-16 Knicks. Here comes Josh Hart. Gives it to Brunson. Brunson. One-on-one against Strus. Brunson, 10 seconds in the shot clock. He dribbles. He stops. He pops. That's short. Picked up by Jimmy. One-on-one. Jimmy Butler against Obi Toppin. Kevin Love from the corner. That's short. Rebound Obi. Good defense there by Obi on Jimmy Butler in the paint. That caused the pass to Love in the corner. Here come the Knicks. R.J. Barrett playing the playmaker. R.J. Barrett drives left. Down the lane. R.J. Barrett. Timeout. Miami. Oh, my God. Who is this kid? Can you guys believe it in the chat? Broadway, Barrett, 7th Ave, Barrett, 6th Ave, Barrett, Park Avenue, Barrett, Madison Avenue, Barrett, whatever you want to call him. This kid came to play. He's not intimidated by the Heat. And you know what's the interesting thing, guys? The Heat, Barrett continues. This is what I love about the way Barrett is playing. If you guys paid attention, put some music. Barrett against the Cavs early. The Knicks were not able to take advantage of the Cavs putting the smaller Donovan Mitchell on him, who's not a good defender. The Knicks were not able to take advantage of the fact of the Cavs putting Darius Garland on RJ Barrett. And now, this series, from the get-go, from game one, from the first quarter, the Knicks are now able to take advantage of Gabe Vincent guarding RJ Barrett. So Eric Spoelstra early is testing the Knicks. He's testing the matchups. He's testing RJ Barrett and seeing if he can cheat with individual matchups defensively. And so far, RJ Barrett is making him pay. Gamba, they're saying in the chat that the ESPN scoreboard is working. It looks like it is. So obviously, if we can get that scoreboard back up, since it's a little bit more comprehensive. Thank you for that. Thank you guys in the chat. Russell Whiskey with a $5 super duper chat. Thank you for being a channel member, Russell Whiskey. And Russell Whiskey says, KD Sports Talk, you mispronounced RJ's last name. Wait, I did? I thought it was Barrett. He says, no, it's Bucket. RJ Bucket. Thank you for the $5 super chat, Russell Whiskey. You are correct. But this is what's so encouraging about the Knicks in this series. From the tip, from game one, being able to tell Eric Spoelstra, you're going to have to make adjustments, Spoelstra. Because you want to put Gabe Vincent on RJ, we're going to take advantage of that matchup. And remember, he's made such a great adjustment. When he was struggling that Cavs series, what did I tell you guys? Go through the contact. Don't be afraid of the offensive foul. Go through contact. Embrace it. Get physical. And he's doing that. That's why he's getting good looks at the basket. He is going through the contact. He's not trying to shy away from it. He's not trying to, shoot a layup with his left hand away from the defender. He's going right to the defender. If you look at his shots in the paint, the angles are much better angles towards the rim because he's embracing the contact. And I mean, when he's hitting a mid-range shot like that, then you could just forget about it. You can just forget about that. So Miami calls a timeout. Let's see what Eric Spoelstra draws off the timeout. Here we go. Kyle Lowry checks into the ball game. Isaiah Hartenstein checks into the ball game. Max Strus shoots the three off the timeout. No good. Here come the Knicks. RJ Barrett drives on Martin to the corner to Brunson. Brunson shoots the three. No good. Brunson's off to a slow start. That would have been a good three. point shot right there. Martin shoots the corner three. That's no good. Good job there by Hart, tipping the rebound. Alley-oop to top end. R.J. Barrett again being a playmaker. And the Knicks go up 6. 22-16. Here comes Kyle Lowry. Down the lane. Under the basket. To the corner. To Strus. Strus out to Lowry. Lowry shoots the 3. And that's good. Kyle Lowry shoots the 3 off the bench. 22-19 Knicks. 2 minutes, 5 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Caleb Martin is guarding the Brunson. Now Max Strus picks him up. R.J. Barrett shoots the 3. Oh, Barrett from downtown. R.J. is on fire. Here comes Strus. Gives it to Butler. Now Strus gets the ball back. He gets the screen from Adebayo. Adebayo spins. He's blocked by Hartenstein. Picked up by Obi. Obi pushes the ball up the court. Here comes Brunson. Brunson spins out to Obi. Obi now gives it to RJ. 10 seconds in the shot clock. RJ drives. RJ spins. RJ stops to Obi. Obi corner 3. Bang! 3-point ball. Obi topping. Jimmy Butler one-on-one against Josh Hart. Butler in the paint. Butler fakes. Butler shoots. No good. That'll be a foul called on Josh Hart. And that wasn't even a foul. That was not a foul. You know why they call that a foul? Because the ref saw Josh Hart jump off the what is it? What is it? The ref saw Josh Hart jump, got off his feet. And sometimes when the refs see you off your feet, they see you hop a little bit, they'll automatically call the foul on a star player. That was not a foul. He went straight up. So Josh Hart is called for the foul. Jimmy Butler makes the first free throw. Barrett gets a standing ovation and he goes to the bench. And Jimmy shoots the second free throw, and it is good. Here comes Brunson. Under 1 minute to go here in the first quarter. 28-21 Knicks. Brunson, defended by Adebayo, gives it to Hart. Hart drives left. Under the basket, dunk by Obi Toppin. 30-21 Knicks. How about Obi? Obi contributing in the absence of Julius Randle. Here comes Jimmy Butler to the corner to Caleb Martin. Fakes out Obi. He shoots the corner 3. No good. Rebound, Butler. And it'll be out of bounds. Tony Brothers makes the correction. It is Miami ball, not Knicks ball. 30-21 Knicks. Josh Hart to Obi under the basket for the dunk. And this is the thing with Obi. Obi is dangerous because he leaks out. IQ checks into the ballgame. He plays good defense on Larry. Out to Martin. Duncan Robinson shoots the long contested 3. No good. Tip in by Martin. No good. Here comes Josh Hart. Hart spins on Butler. Hartenstein with the putback. Knicks up by 11. 5 seconds to go. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. Lowry at the buzzer from the corner. No good. After 1, the Knicks 32, Miami 21. A great defensive performance from the Knicks in the first quarter. Wow.
Are you ready?
Are you guys ready? 581 in the chat. Let's go. Dimitri in the chat. Junior Karoma in the chat. Junior Karoma says, damn, this team is deep. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. That's what I told you. The Knicks are dangerous. You know why the Knicks are dangerous? what team, you know, what team is able to? I mean, tomorrow that Sixers and Celtics series is about to start, and I mean, reports are that Embiid is not going to play. He's doubtful. You think the Sixers are panicking against the Celtics about no Embiid? You bet they are. You bet they are. I mean, what team can you say can afford to lose their second best player, in my opinion, second best player? And if you want to say best player, even worse, what team can afford to lose their best player, their second best player, and be able to still not lose anything or not much, but not lose much at all? And it's different because when Obi's in there, it's just a different style of play that gets played than when Randall. In other words, Obi can't give the Knicks what Randall does. Randall can't give the Knicks what Obi does. Randall can't give the Knicks the athleticism, the leak outs, the tip-ins, the dunks. And quite frankly, you can even make a case. You can argue who's a better three-point shooter, right? So that's why the Knicks are dangerous in these playoffs, man. I'm trying to tell people. And the crazy thing is, this team hasn't even clicked yet because they haven't even been fully healthy. That's crazy. That's just crazy to me. That's just crazy to me. So again, with Obi there, a different style. Now, both styles have deficiencies, right? Because I know people love the Obi style, but in the playoffs, you need a little bit of both. I think you need a balance. But with Randall, there's things in Randall that Obi cannot give you, but then vice versa. So I think the most important thing is that the Knicks, under both styles, are a good team. They're a good team with Obi. They're a good team with Randall. They're a good team both ways.